Okay. Welcome. This is Yoga for Cancer, and I'm Rebecca. Rebecca, I can say it with a little more gusto than that. And for March, my theme for the month is learning to listen to the wisdom of the body, the wisdom of the breath, the wisdom of the mind. Your cancer journey might put you into an adversarial relationship with your own body. So, how do you regain trust and awareness? In our practice, we use the tools of mindfulness, breath, and beginner's mind to become more deeply connected with our body's innate wisdom. Through mindfulness, we learn to get quiet and notice. The breath serves as our anchor to this moment when our minds start to spin to the past or the future. And beginner's mind allows us to see with fresh eyes what is real and true right now. Combining breath and movement helps us to stay in relationship with our bodies, building the muscle memory we need so that when we leave the mat, we can go about our day in connection. So let's start with a seated meditation. So finding your comfortable posture. Pardon me. Begin to notice the feeling of your feet against the ground, the textures around you. Maybe you have a sticky mat below you, or carpeting, or a hardwood floor. Maybe you're sitting on a bolster or a cushion or a chair. Just notice the textures around you, and then begin to spread your antenna a little wider, noticing what's happening in the space around you. What is the light like? Here in my neighborhood, it's quite gray and, and a little foggy, but there's a lot of light coming into this room. So keep your eyes open with a soft gaze or allow them to close. And begin to turn your attention more deeply inward, noticing the sounds that are coming in from around you, especially the sound of your own breath. Can you hear your breath in the inner body? Can you feel the breath as it moves from point of entry, maybe at your nostrils or mouth, as the body fills with breath? The moment that the breath becomes, the inhale becomes the exhale. And then the end of the breath and the new cycle of breath that starts with the inhale. Begin to scan your body, beginning with the crown of your head. Feeling the crown reaching up towards the sky, away from the earth. Lengthening your spine with each inhale. And feeling more and more grounded and stable with each exhale. Relax the muscles of your face, your jaw, neck, and shoulders. Scan down the right arm all the way to your fingertips. Scan down the left arm all the way to your fingertips. Come back to heart center. Feel the breath move through this place. Feel the belly expanding with each inhale and exhale. Settle into your hips. Scan all the way down the right leg to your toes. all the way down the left leg to your toes. And then come back to center and notice where you feel your breath the most. Where is the sensation of fullness? And can you follow the breath as it leaves the body? Filling again and again. Each breath is new. Let's take 5 breaths here. And after your 5th exhale, come back into your natural breath, taking just a moment to notice what just 5 minutes of breath practice does. Maybe you don't notice any difference. Maybe it's a profound difference or somewhere likely in between. But in our practice today, try your best to listen to your body, to stay connected. Pay attention to what happens before, during, and after the poses and sequences that we do. So we'll get started with sun breaths. Allow the arms to float up on your inhale. Turn palms down and release the arms down on your exhale. And continue, allowing the inhale to take the breath all the way up and the exhale to settle the breath down. You continue. Okay, I'm back. All right, 1 or 2 more. I was adjusting my internet. Inhale this time and reach out or up. Get long and tall. And then lower the right arm and come up and over with the left. Let your elbow bend or reach long. Bring your fingertips to your shoulder or keep your hand on your hip. Stay for a couple of breaths here. With each inhale, allow the side body to open. Curl on the exhales and then use an inhale to come up and over to the other side. Inhale, opening through the rib cage, through the waist. Exhale, soften, and continue moving side to side with your breath. Taking a few extra breaths to create some openness. And this or the next time that you come through center, pause here and we'll move on together with a seated twist. As you inhale, get nice and tall and then bring your left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you. Next inhale, sit tall again and then exhale and twist, looking towards or over your shoulder. Inhale through center and exhale to the other side. The inhale creates space. The exhale deepens the twist. Take your time, moving side to side, allowing the breath to move you, not cranking around. When we work with twists, especially seated twists where the body has the most load, we want to work gently and within a smaller range of motion, right? So we're not going all the way to the end point. We're just working somewhere in the middle. Last time, to this side, and coming back through center. Extend your arms out to the side. Make a gentle fist, a soft fist. Let your elbows bend a little bit and begin to circle your wrists. Take your time and really work around this motion of the joint. Find a place to reverse direction. And then shake out your hands, your arms, and release hands down. Bring your palms together. We're going to go through another wrist exercise. So follow along as best you can, and eventually this will become more clear. So we're going to open the palms like a book, and then keep going, bringing the backs of the hands together. The fingers begin to point towards you, and then maybe down. Keep going, coming up the other side, and then the book closes. Let's try that again. Open, backs of hands together, fingers begin to point down, point away, and then the book closes. One more time like this. And then we'll reverse it. So open away from you, palms, come up and close the book. Open away, backs of hands around and close, and we'll do one more, last one. And hands to heart center. Take a moment to feel the pressure of your palms against each other, your fingertips, and then slowly begin to move your hands apart, seeing if you can keep the sensation of the energy between the palms. Can you feel like you're creating this web of energy that's there, that you're just tapping into? How far apart can you bring your hands without losing that sensation of energy? Move them a little closer if you need to. Good, good. Until you feel that intensity. Maybe you don't feel this at all, or maybe you feel it a lot. Just explore, have some fun. And palms together, hands to heart center. Beautiful. I'm going to slide back, coming off of my cushion, and we'll do some crow crawl. So bring your hands behind you, open your legs wide to the edges of your mat, and begin to drop your knees from side to side. Take your time. Make sure there's enough space so you can actually, twist and drop your legs. And I said twist. See if it feels good to come around, reaching behind you as your knees drop to one side. I like this much better than I do just trying to bring my knees from side to side. A couple more. And make your way back to center. Hands behind you, knees bent. Walk your feet in so that they're a little closer to your body and about hip distance apart. Knees are hip distance apart. We're going to work with boat pose, Navasana, just a little bit. So from here, this may be enough of a sensation if you reach through the crown of your head, lifting your heart, straightening your spine out a little bit. Feel your tailbone, your sits bones against the ground. If you have a little more energy, try lifting one leg and put it down. And lift the other leg and put it down. You can stay with one leg at a time, or maybe lifting both legs. So take your time. moving through a little bit of boat pose. Shaking is encouraged as long as there's no pain attached. And we'll go through one more if you're doing the sequence or wherever you're holding, and then bringing feet down to the ground. Beautiful. Go ahead and roll onto your back with your knees bent. Go ahead and cross your left leg over your right, coming into a figure 4. Allow your foot to be free, hanging off the edge, right? So not against your thigh. And begin to circle your foot, your ankle. Take your time rolling through the circle, reversing direction. Come back to stillness and switch sides. Find your gentle figure 4 and then begin to circle. This always feels good to me. I think I need to do it. Go in the other direction if you haven't already. And feet down. Go ahead and roll to your side and press into your hands. We're going to transition up to hands and knees, tabletop. If it's not comfortable for you to work on your knees, you can stay on your back if you like, or come back up and sit in a chair. But wherever you are, make sure that you have, well, if you're on your knees, make sure that you have some padding underneath your knees. Have your palms against the ground or knuckles with thumbs forward or forearms. And just take a moment here to get a long sensation from your crown of your head to your tailbone. So we're not letting the belly drop down and we're not tucking our tail, just having a nice long spine. From here, inhale fully and exhale, draw your belly in and up. And continue. Inhale, soften the belly. Exhale, draw your navel up towards your spine. 2 more. Inhale, soften the belly. As you exhale, drawing the belly in and up, imagine you could bring your front hip points towards each other, drawing them towards each other as you draw in. 1 more time. Inhale, soften and release. And exhale, draw the belly in. From here, with a gentle engagement in the belly, let's extend the left leg behind, pressing out through your heel. If it's better for you to have your toes down, that's perfectly fine. Stay here or maybe add a reach with the opposite arm. And we'll hold here for 3, 2, 1. Bring your hand down and let's tap the foot. 1 and up, 2 and up, 3 and up, 4 and up, and last one, 5 and up. Draw the knee back and wag your tail, letting go. And let's move right to the other side, extending through the right leg. Yes, good. Press out through your heel. You can always bring the toes down if you need to. Reach the opposite arm if you'd like. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Lower the hand and then we'll tap the foot. And 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. Last one, 5. Knees in. Walk the knees out wide, toes together, and slowly press your hips towards your heels, coming into child's pose. allowing your head to come down towards the ground, maybe landing on stacked fists or hands, or even the edge of a block or cushion. Take a few releasing breaths here. As you inhale, notice that the back of the ribs, the back of the body has to expand because your belly is compressed a little bit against the floor or against your thighs. And as you exhale, see if you can settle just a little more, hips towards your heels. Now stay here in child's pose, or if it would be okay, walk your hands out a little further. Inhale, come up, maybe knees come in a little closer, and press forward. So you come into a knee down plank. So my belly is engaged, my spine is long, and my weight is up over my hands. Exhale and press back. Inhale, knee down plank, a little bit of weight bearing here. Exhale back. And two more. And exhale back. And last time. Beautiful. Walk your hands back and prepare to come all the way up to standing. It's always good to have support around you, especially for transitions. Maybe the wall is helpful, or maybe you have blocks or a chair or some other piece of sturdy furniture that can help you to rise all the way up to standing. Move any unnecessary props out of the way so that you have space to do what we have set out for us today. So take a moment to find your Tadasana, mountain pose. Feet about hip distance apart, reaching down through your fingertips, palms facing forward, reaching up through the crown of your head. Begin to scan the body, this time from your feet. Can you feel the connection of most of the parts of your feet? Not the arches, right? The arches are lifted, but the rest of your feet making connection with the ground. Legs are engaged here, right? We are not floppy, but if you know that you hyperextend, if you tend to lock your knees, keep them soft, just a slight bend. You can still be engaged through the legs. Engaged through the glutes and thighs, the pelvic floor, the low abdomen, reaching up through the crown of the head. Let's take an inhale. Look up, see your palms come together. Exhale, draw that energy to heart center. We'll do two more. Inhale, reaching up, palms come together. Exhale to heart center. Last one. And exhale right here. So take a slightly wider step out. Now we have worked before with crane pose, right? We come into one leg, bend knee and ankle and hip. So we have 90, 90, 90. And then arms come out with a nice graceful little wing. And we'll hold and then release down. So I'd like to do a flying crane where we move from side to side. So we'll start by stepping on the right leg, left leg floats up. Now again, with any balance pose, you can take support with one hand, wherever you need, a chair, the wall, and it's always helpful to have a focal point. So before you step up onto your foot, take a moment and find your focal point. I have the Dalai Lama in front of me, so he's my focal point. Okay, right foot on the ground, left leg floats up, find your crane. As you step down, bring hands through heart center and to the other side. Step down, hands through heart center to the other side. And let's make it a little bit faster. Flying crane. One more to each side. And then we'll meet in the middle, right here. Beautiful. Next, we're going to move from crane to crescent. I'll show you what that looks like from the side. So we'll come into our crane pose and then step back with the elevated leg, come down onto either the ball, or if you take a short stance, you can lower the heel. Arms come up in front. Front knee is bent slightly, depending on how far back you reach. You can come back just a little, or you can come back a lot. But the idea is to keep your legs parallel and on railroad tracks, not a teeter-totter balance beam, okay? So we'll start in our prayer position. Inhale, onto the left leg, raise the right, crane. And then we'll step back, bend the front knee, and come up to crescent. Inhale, step to crane. You can touch down in between if you need to. And exhale back. 2 more times. Last one. Step up and find your mountain with samastiti hands. And we move to the other side. Shifting into the right leg, left is elevated. Step back. And last one. Hold and step down, shake out your legs. Let's go to a wider stance. I'm going to take a sip of water, I think. Maybe you will too. This weather, 75, 45. Okay, so stepping out nice and wide. Take a moment here, maybe hands on your hips, and turn out from the hip of your right leg. So the hip externally rotates, knee and toes pointing in one direction. The other leg, we're going to press the heel away so we have a little bit of an angle in the foot. Inhale and raise your arms to shoulder height. Turn and look over your back fingertips. And turn and look over your front fingertips. Inhale here and then exhale and bend the front knee just until it's over the ankle. Coming into warrior 2. Reach through your fingertips, but draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Press down through your legs, but then imagine you're drawing them towards each other to engage the inner legs, the pelvic floor, low abdominals. One more breath here. And release the arms down, straighten the legs, and turn all toes to face forward. We'll switch to the other side, turning out the left, pressing the right heel away. Inhale, arms to shoulder height. Turn and look to your back arm and look to your front arm. Inhale here and then exhale and press into warrior 2. Allow the knee to bend right over the ankle. Reach through your fingertips, but draw your shoulder blades towards each other for stability. Press down through your legs, but draw them isometrically towards each other to engage just a little bit more. One more breath here, and then release and turn to face forward. Walk your feet in a little bit more, and let's just circle the hips in one direction and then the other. Come to stillness and carefully step out once more, wide-legged stance. We'll establish our warrior two once again, turning out at the right leg, pressing the left heel, inhaling arms up and settling into the knee bend. Make all of those little adjustments that I talked you through on each side, right? Feeling those engagements. Inhale, reach. Exhale, settle a little bit more into the seat of the pose. This time, inhale, and then exhale, bring either your hand or your forearm to your thigh. Maybe your other arm reaches up or overhead, coming into extended side angle. Big inhale, and then keep your knee bend if you can. Come back up through warrior two. Turn your front palm up, and then exhale. That arm comes up, other arm comes down to your thigh. Look up towards your hand in peaceful warrior. Keep that knee bend if you can. And let's move back and forth. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Inhale, back to warrior two. Release arms down, straighten your leg. Turn all toes to face forward. Walking a little bit and we'll circle. Good, other way. Please be listening to your body. Your body may say, come out sooner. It may say, engage more. It may say, don't engage quite so much. Step back out to your wide stance and we'll establish warrior two to the left. Get your foot position, get your arm position, and then sink into the seat of the pose. Make sure that breath can flow even as you find your engagements. Big inhale here. Exhale, extended side angle to this side. Reach through your fingertips, reach through this knife edge of the right foot. Get nice and long. Inhale, back to warrior two. Try to keep your knee a little bit bent if you can. Front palm up, float. One arm up, the other down. Look up if you can. If not, look straight ahead. Bend into the knee. And now we'll flow. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Inhale, back to warrior two. Release the arms down, straighten the legs, and turn toes to face forward. Carefully walk your feet in to a little wider than hip distance apart, and let's find a gentle Tai Chi twist. Beautiful. We're going to make our way back down to a seated posture. So take your time. It's always nice to have a piece of furniture. I have this chair here that can be so helpful when we're transitioning from one position to another. I can put my hand on the chair, reach back with my toes, and slowly make my way down. Slide my feet to one side, my bottom comes down, and I can slide my legs around. Coming to a wider seat. So extending legs out wide. Sit up nice and tall and notice if you're starting to sink, if your back is rounding, if you're tucking your tail. All of that is just an indicator that it might help to sit up a little taller. Today I'm just going to grab, I have a nice folded blanket right here. I'm going to slide it behind me and just kind of bring the edge underneath my bottom. You can also sit up on the edge. This gives me just the right amount of support so that I can sit up nice and tall. So take a nice inhale, reaching up. Exhale and settle into this wide-legged pose. Let's bend the left leg and draw the sole of the foot to the inner thigh of the right leg. Keep an active leg on the right. From here, let's turn our torsos towards the extended leg and begin to walk forward. Now, what we're trying to avoid is a rounding. We want to keep a nice long spine. So just walk to where you can, keeping a nice long spine. Sometimes we do this with straps, but I didn't indicate straps today. So we'll just use hands on the ground. You can draw back isometrically, right? The sticky mat lets us pull back and lengthen. One more breath. Inhale up through center. Plant your left hand and exhale. Lean away with the right. Inhale through center, right hand to the inside of the right leg, up and over the left. Now, of course, make the adjustments you need to for each side. And we'll go back and forth. Inhale up and exhale away. Inhale up and exhale towards. One more time. Inhale up and exhale away. Inhale up and exhale towards. Inhale through center, reach both arms out and exhale, release, and help yourself into the switch from one side to the other. Sitting up tall, active left leg. Inhale up and then turn your torso to face your leg and foot. Maybe you stay right here, just getting nice and tall and holding the position with breath. Or maybe you have some more room and you'd like to walk your hands forward. Inhale, draw back to help lengthen the spine up through the crown of the head. Exhale and see if you have any more space. We're coming forward from the hip, not the waist. One more breath here. And then inhale up through center. Plant the right hand and exhale, reach away with the left. Inhale through center, left hand to the inside of the left leg, up and over. Again, making your adjustments as you need to. Inhale up and exhale away. Inhale up and exhale towards. One more time. Inhale up, reach out with both arms through your fingers. Release down for support and bring both legs out in front and walk them in a little bit closer. And windshield wiper. I did a training this weekend and The teacher made the joke about foreign and domestic. Oh, cracks me up every time. Do your windshield wipers of preference, and then maybe tiny, tiny little bounces. Beautiful. All right, we're going to come down onto our backs. So make your way slowly on to your back. Extending legs long if that's comfortable. We're going to come into a crescent or banana shape. So from your supine position, legs extended, if it's okay, inhale and raise your arms up overhead. Going to reach up and over to one side, to the right. Yes, I'll do it with you, that'll help. And then take your left leg and cross it over the right ankle, reaching to come into this C shape. Breathing into your left side body, getting longer. Stay for a few breaths until you're ready to come back through center, walking arms and legs out a little bit wider. And then reach your right arm towards your left and cross right leg, right ankle over left, coming into the banana shape, C curve towards your left side, stretching the right, breathing into the shape. Take a few breaths here. And then walk back out to center. And if it's comfortable for you, hug your knees in. Maybe one hand to each knee, or maybe you can wrap your arms around your shins. Maybe you hold the backs of your thighs. Whatever feels comfortable to you. Rock gently from side to side. And holding on to that right knee, allow the left foot to come down to the mat. Keep drawing that knee in, feeling a comfortable stretch behind that hip. Stay here or try extending that left leg long on the mat, pressing out through your heel. Stay there or see if you can float that foot up an inch or more. Wherever you are for 3, 2, 1, squeeze tight and release. Both legs long, arms to your sides. Take a couple of breaths. And when you're ready, draw both knees in once again. Hug them in. Maybe rocking side to side. This time, pardon me, we'll hug the left knee in tight. Right foot comes down to the ground. Maybe you stay there, or maybe you extend that leg, pressing out through the heel. Feeling that juxtaposition of the knee drawing in, the leg extending out. Stay there or press so hard out through the leg that the leg just floats an inch or more off the mat. Holding wherever you are for 3, 2, 1. Squeeze in towards center and then Let it go. Release. Open your arms out. Let your legs flop open. Breathing in to your belly. And now take just a moment or more, as much as you need, to notice if there's anything that your body is asking for before you move into Shavasana, rest pose. Take your time to explore. Maybe you just want to go right into rest, or maybe there's a pose or two, or just a movement that your body really needs. Can you listen and find that shape? Maybe it's a twist or a happy baby. Maybe it's just hugging in a little tighter. Take the next couple of moments to explore what your body is asking for right now. If you're working to one side, make sure that you work to the other side as well. And when you're ready, slowly make your way into a comfortable position to rest. Maybe you have lower legs up on a chair or couch. Maybe you have cushions, pillows, blankets, whatever you need to be able to just let go. Once you reach your position for Shavasana, take several breaths just to let go of the practice. With each exhale, settle more and more deeply into the ground beneath you, into the supports. With each inhale, feel a sense of open spaciousness in the inner body. Relax, release, and try to just let go. We'll take a rest. Let's remember how to feel into this body and hear what sensation and hear what sensation has to tell you. Let your body speak to you. Have courage. Listen. As we approach a full year of living through a global pandemic, I know it's beyond time to be still, to listen. Another world's not only possible. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing. There is a new world rising in our breath. I want to sit within that holy sound and hear what is mine to know. The divine wants to whisper something in all of our ears. Listen. Begin to deepen your breath, bringing small movements into fingers and toes. When you feel ready, roll to one side and pause. And then press into your hands to bring, to bring yourself up to sitting, allowing attention to stay deeply inward for just another moment or two. We'll seal our practice with a chant of Om for the community we create when we practice together. Bringing hands to heart center, let us inhale together. Om Shanti, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me and with each other.